Can you picture it? A Hollywood without Johnny Depp? No Jack Sparrow, no Edward Scissorhands, no Willy Wonka. It almost doesn't feel real, does it? But here we are. And if you've been keeping an eye on the headlines, you've probably seen the whispers. People saying Johnny Depp is being forced to step away from acting. Some are even calling it retirement. And yet, others are saying, no way. Not Johnny. So what's really going on here? Why does it feel like Hollywood has suddenly turned its back on one of the most beloved, and most bankable, actors of his generation? And more importantly, is this really the end of Johnny Depp's career? Or is it just the beginning of a whole new chapter? Hey, first of all, I just want to say, you're not alone if you've been feeling a little heartbroken by all this. It's hard to watch someone you've admired for years, someone who brought so many unforgettable characters to life, suddenly find himself on the outside looking in. And yet, in a strange way, it's also inspiring. Because if there's one thing Johnny Depp has always taught us, it's that being different is a good thing. That you don't have to play by everyone else's rules. But sometimes, there's a price for that. You know, Johnny didn't exactly have the easiest start in life. He dropped out of high school. He moved to Los Angeles with dreams of making it big in music, not movies. And yet somehow, almost by accident, he landed a small role in A Nightmare on Elm Street. And just like that, he was on his way. But Johnny wasn't interested in being just another Hollywood heartthrob. No. He chose strange, complicated, beautifully broken characters. Edward Scissorhands, Ichabod Crane, Raoul Duke. He made it clear, over and over again. He didn't care about being the most popular, he cared about being the most authentic. And we loved him for that. Didn't we? We loved that he refused to fit into the box they tried to put him in. That he made weird, cool. But here's the thing about Hollywood. It's not as romantic as the movies make it look. It's an industry. And industries don't like controversy. And if there's one thing Johnny's had plenty of lately, it's controversy. Let's go back to the start of his troubles. The courtroom battles. His marriage turned into tabloid fuel. Accusations flew. Headlines screamed. And suddenly, the world started looking at Johnny differently. Studios got nervous. Contracts got cancelled. Roles disappeared. It didn't matter that he denied the allegations. It didn't matter that he fought to clear his name. In Hollywood, perception is everything. And Johnny's image took a hit. Now, let's talk about the money. Because this is something a lot of people don't know about. Johnny lived big. Massive houses. Private islands. A wine bill that reportedly ran into the hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. He even bought his own little French village. It was extravagant. But when the movie roles started drying up, those bills didn't. And pretty soon, he found himself in a financial mess. And then came the ultimate blow. The studio backlash. Even after winning his high-profile defamation case, some studios quietly decided they didn't want to deal with him anymore. The very same Disney that had built an empire around his Jack Sparrow character decided to move on without him. They didn't even bring him back for the next Pirates movie, despite fans around the world begging them to. Millions of signatures on petitions. Millions of voices demanding his return. And yet, silence from the studio. Can you imagine how that must have felt? To give your heart and soul to a character, to an entire franchise. And then be told you're no longer welcome? So yeah. Some people say Johnny was forced to take a step back. Not because he wanted to. But because Hollywood didn't want him anymore. But is that really the end of the story? Not even close. See, what a lot of people forget is that Johnny Depp has always been more than just an actor. He's an artist. A musician. A storyteller. And stepping away from the big blockbusters doesn't mean stepping away from what he loves. In fact, it might even be a blessing in disguise. Because now he's free to do the kind of work he actually cares about. Smaller, independent films. Music projects. Art that feeds his soul instead of just filling his bank account. A casting director recently said something that really stuck with me. They said, "Johnny Depp is just one great role away from being everyone's favorite actor again." And you know what? They're right. Because deep down, people still love him. They still root for him. And they're just waiting for the perfect moment to welcome him back. In the meantime, he's been quietly working on indie films. Making music. Living life on his own terms. And honestly, isn't that what we loved about him in the first place? That he never played by anyone else's rules? So if you're a fan, and you probably are, since you're here, there's something you can do. Keep supporting him. Go see his independent movies when they come out. Stream his albums. Talk about him. Because in Hollywood, the fans are everything. And Johnny's always had some of the most loyal fans in the world. Now, let me ask you something. Do you really think Johnny Depp has retired? Or do you think he's just waiting? Biding his time for the perfect role? The perfect moment to remind everyone who he really is? I'd love to hear what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I really want to know where you stand. Because to me, Johnny's story is far from over. And hey, if you're curious about the surprising project he's working on right now, stick around. Our next video dives into that. And trust me, it's something nobody saw coming. Before you go, if you liked spending this time together, give this video a like. It helps more than you know. And if you want to keep up with more stories like this, go ahead and subscribe. We've got so much more to talk about. Oh, and share this video with another Johnny Depp fan you know. They deserve to hear the real story too. Thanks for being here today. It means a lot. And remember, the curtain may close for a while. But in Hollywood, there's always an encore. So keep watching. And keep believing. Because Johnny Depp's greatest performance might still be ahead of him.